How you doing, folks? This fine day, kind of a beautiful day here in eastern Massachusetts. This is Ron Grovis from Ron's Beer Review and Tools, ice cream and tools and everything else. But coming from eastern Massachusetts because the rain is just starting to come. Beautiful day, nice blue skies, white puffy clouds, but the wind kicked up. The wind kicked up and got a little cooler, and I can see the rain clouds coming from the west. All right, no further ado, we got a brew. It sounds pretty good from Alchemist Brewery up there in Vermont, Stowe in Waterbury, Vermont. Oh, I got my one of the pieces of wood that I'll be carving, and you'll be seeing a review on that. Basically, branches that needed to be cut were cut, and I make these into that 4-inch size. But you'll see, I'll be doing a review on carving that. All right, no further ado. Let's see, we have a mug. Yes, we do. Clean. We have the brew. Oh, it's got this Chubby's coat on, keeping it cool. So let's get that off. The weekend has arrived. Whoa. There's a fire truck someplace in the distance. Pretty sure that was the sound. I got some water. Let me have a drink right now of H2O. Water, Vasa. That is good. Alright, H2O. Can't be beat sometimes when it's nice and cold. I do have an IPA edition of Jameson's, and it's always nice to have a good beer as a chaser. Okay. No. I did some due diligence on this brew, Alchemist Brewery. So let me give the information that I have before we get to it, and have another little bit of a swig from this, the Jameson. Yes. Yes. Alright. Okay, the Alchemist Brewery, there's two of them. I'm going to give you the Stowe, Vermont one. The address is at 100 Cottage Club Road, Stowe, Vermont. I will give the phone number on that so you can call and find out the tours and the time and the brew they have, and maybe get the number for the brewery in Waterbury. Alright, it'll be above my head, 802-882-8165, and they'll be right up there, right there. That's the number. Call that and check in what they have and so forth, and about the Waterbury brewery that they have. Alright, this quite the name, Focal Banger Indian Pale Ale, the Alchemist Vermont. Quite the graphics on this. I like they got the state of Vermont, they got the star, or one of the breweries, and that's probably Waterbury. I don't know, it could be Stowe. Stowe has all the skiing areas up north. Don't be a D-bag. Recycle this can. A D-bag. Don't be a douchebag. A D-bag. The Alchemist Stowe, Vermont is where this came from. Focal Banger is an American Indian Pale Ale. We have a real love for IPAs here at the Alchemist, and we strive to offer you the best hop experience that we possibly can. This beer is brewed using Citra and Mosaic hops. That's nice. And our favorite British malts. Truly an abundance of hoppy goodness. You saw the beginning of this, so you can slow that down and read that, or pause it to read it. Back to the information. The brewery was started in 2003 by John and Jen Kimmich, K-I-M-M-I-C-H. Actually, they started a brew pub, and they had that for 8 or 7 years. And then eventually, in 2011, they started a small brewery in Waterbury. And that's where they started with the brew pub. In 2016, they opened a good-sized brewery in, good-sized brewery in Stowe, Vermont. That's a ski area, really big ski area up there in Vermont. So they have breweries and pubs, brew pubs in Waterbury and Stowe, Vermont. Stowe is beautiful. That's the skiing area. I always skied in New Hampshire. I always wanted to ski Killington when I was skiing. Killington, Vermont. I always wanted to ski that. But anyways, that's the information that I have. My nose is running. I don't know why. It must be allergy. Must be some pollen out here. Nice being outside. And beautiful being outside, actually. All right. I just saw a groundhog running in the distance there. All right. No further ado. Let's get to the brew. Back of the can. See what this looks like. Very excited to have a brew from Alchemist. This is a gift to me from my lovely son, my #1 son, Dan. Thank you, Dan. We finally get a chance to try it. Quite the head on it. A little bit haziness. Actually, I shouldn't have poured this much in the glass, and the reason for that is on the can and on their webpage. They ask to drink it out of the can, to not pour it in a glass, to drink it out of a can, so it doesn't lose the hops that are in this. That I guess the way they brewed it, it really keeps the essence of the hops, the aroma and the flavors of the Mosaic and the citrus hops. All right, drink this beer. Drink this beer today, you could be dead tomorrow. Oh, gee. Drink this beer today, you could be dead tomorrow. Wow, John Kimmich. Okay, that's somehow. While this head goes down, let me try that. Say from the can, the hops are much better. Salute, cheers. Oh, it is hoppy. It can the flavor, very flavorful. They say to drink it out of the can, which is nice, but and they say not to pour all the way because I don't know if you can see the sediment, and that'll be pretty kind of bitter. So let me just let this settle for a little bit. You can see all that sediment, and talk about. Oh, people are always asking about the shirts and the hats that I have on. The shirts are. Go back to the days, well, not to the days that I was in Scouts. I was in the Boy Scouts and had a fantastic time, and great time. And I was Troop 8 out of Boston, and our 2 weeks was up in the Adams Pond Camp up in New Hampshire, Bartlett, New Hampshire. And but my kids, their time in the Cub Scouts, the Brownies, the Boy Scouts, and my daughter was also in the, used to be called the Explorer Scouts. They changed the name when they add females and males together in I think it's called Adventure Scouts. But anyway, she belonged to that. She had time, and she did it 2 weeks up in same camp that I did, Adams Pond Camp up in near Bartlett, New Hampshire. But they changed the name. It became Stora. They kind of combined in the camps. Why, I don't know, but they kind of combined them. And kind of a throwback to that. Kind of tight on me, but that was fun with the kids and the Scouts, and that's what I'm planning on doing. There's a video on all the knots that I've learned from my time in the Scouts that I used in the Army, actually, for the tents, and just packaging up all the equipment we had, and etc. And then a lot of times with the kids being in the Scouts, teaching them knots and so forth, is one of the things you have to know in order to get some of your merit badges. So it's really nice to know in general the knots that will not come apart in daily life. It's good to know. We use tying things a number of times, and it's nice to know the correct knot to use. Alright, no further ado, I can see this is settled. We have a few little floaties in there, but here we go. I know it tasted somewhat the hoppiness right out of the can, and it had a good hoppy flavor from the Citra Mosaic hops. I'm getting a hoppy sweet aroma. It's almost reminiscent of some of the beers that are juice bombs and East Coast IPAs that have a lot of Citra hops and Mosaic and Centennial have that sweet hoppy aroma in it. Oh, although they had, people will be asking about that. The Cleveland Indians, I like the American League. I always follow that, and then it was enjoyable to see them play some team from the National League that I didn't know much about, like the Philadelphia Phillies, the Atlanta Braves, and Chicago Cubs. But I always followed the American League, and the teams I liked naturally, the Boston Red Sox were #1, and the second place was probably Baltimore, and then the Cleveland Indians, particularly with the Rocky Colavito, with the kid collecting his cards. That was three nice teams that I enjoyed watching, particularly when they played Boston. It was fantastic. And I used to, those days it was inexpensive. You could just go to the ball game, sit in the bleachers. I think it was $1. Am I correct? And not many people would sit in the bleachers, just for the young kids and so forth, and people that couldn't afford the other seats. But it wasn't even expensive on the other seats. Papa Gino's used to have fantastic, when my kids were young, setup of buying pizzas and getting tickets for Fenway Park. That was real nice. All right, back to. It's a little bit piney, this, reminiscent of a strong lager beer. I know, lager instead of lager. My aunt is named Mary instead of my aunt, isn't it? Boston accent. I parked my car in the yard, so I parked my car in the yard. That's the Boston accent. Very, very nice, sweetness to it. I'm getting a fruit. I'm getting a fruit. It's not pineapple. Orange. Maybe grapefruit. It comes in and it goes. Alright, bottoms up. Some breadiness. Orange. And then the end, it goes over the back of the tongue. It's over the sour. The grapefruit flavor. It brings the bitterness. It's a fine brew. I may be getting some of the sediment, which it adds to a spontaneously quick bitterness. I like to leave them down in the bottom of the mug. So let me see what I have left now. I have a little bit of everything. Ooh, I must have got the. That was that. I must have got some of the sediment. Excuse me. I should have brought out a treat to have in between these tastings. Alright, that looks good. Go back for the taste, because I am tasting some breadiness. The maltiness that is, the maltiness goes into sweetness. It's definitely a flavorful brew, no doubt about that. Very minor bitterness until you might hit some of the floaties in there. And they do say on their webpage, in the cans, that to watch when you're drinking it toward the end, because you would get the sediment. And unfortunately I poured some in here. It's a good drinking brew. It's, did I say that? 7%, I didn't say. This Focal Banger is 7% alcohol by volume. Should have it on the can. It probably does. The guy seems to be, he's got welding glasses on. He's got welding glasses on and seems to be smelling it. Yes, 7 on the can, on the bottom, 7% alcohol by volume, an Indian Pale Ale. Focal Banger. Some of the names are quite unique that they have. I can't remember them right now when I was on their webpage, but they do have. They were comical. I just came and went one side of my brain memory and went out the other side. But it has a, get back to the tasting, it has a nice flavor to this, and definitely in part to the malts that they have, called the British malts. Nice medium mouthfeel. It has a bitterness, but not an astringent, like a West Coast IPA. I'm trying to do it gingerly so I don't shake up and bring those to the top. I don't know if you can see the floaties in there. They're down at the bottom, but they when you drink, they come up to the top, and I don't want to get that kind of bitterness. But anyway, let me finish this up, this review up. I kind of rushed to get out here because storm clouds were coming in. The wind had kicked up and the leaves had turned, so it looked like the rain was imminent. But it's nice and sunny here now. Beautiful day, a real beautiful day. And enjoy the day. And I'm going to be having a nice, my lovely wife is preparing some nice full-size pastrami sandwiches with some tomato and mayonnaise. Delicious. Alright folks, I'll end this here. Again, I want to thank you, Dan, for this brew. I've never had an Alchemist brew before, and they do have a lot of them, and it's close. It's out of Vermont, so we have them in our package stores. I just never thought of picking one up, but I thank you. It does say on here, drink from the can, if you've seen the very beginning of this video. And I think the music on that, I don't know, but lately it's been my harmonica playing, so it shouldn't be that bad. Alright, I'll end it here. So 7% alcohol by volume, Stowe, Vermont, and Waterbury, Vermont. Don't be a D-bag, recycle. Alright folks, have a good day. If you're going to drink, drink responsibly. Don't drive a heavy equipment. Ciao.